Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new live stream. Thank you for being here, and thank you for continuing to support my channel and for helping it grow. I am very grateful for that, and it's always wonderful to tune in to start these live streams and to see that thousands of people are tuning in every night. So I truly appreciate the support. And today I'm going to be discussing a very important topic, as the title of the live stream is telling you that it's a really serious matter that I'm going to be discussing. The title of the live stream is Great Risk, Food and Medication Shortage, and much more. So there's a lot to discuss, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, stay here with me. And as always, I encourage you to participate in the live chat window, to ask questions, and to share your comments. Okay. I see Amanda is here. Hello, Amanda. Amanda writes, "Hi, Tosif. I wish you a great live stream." Thank you, Amanda, for your support. Sassy is here. Sassy writes, "Good evening." Good evening, Sassy. And as you can tell, I started this live stream earlier than usual. I have been starting my live streams at 11 p.m. Central Time because I'm in Wisconsin. I follow the Central Time Zone. So I've been starting my live streams at 11 p.m. But tonight I'm starting it at 10 p.m. So this might be my new regular time. We'll see. We have not decided yet, but we'll see. Let me know what time works for you. Denise Stock is here. Hello, Denise. Thank you for tuning in. Denise is here. Thanks, Denise. Terry is here. My friend Terry Dunlap from South Dakota. Excellent. So more people are going to be joining as we move forward, and then I will pause periodically and I will try to catch up with the comment section. So my friends, I just want to let you know that on the night of September 18th, okay, so that was several days ago, sitting right here in Madison, Wisconsin, I talked about a looming crisis. So you can go and check out that video. It's on my channel. It's available for replay. And so I talked about a looming crisis. I talked about the possibility of a crisis that may soon affect our country. That was on September 18th when I talked about it. We already have a lot of problems right now in this country. The list is very long. We have a lot of problems. We don't need any more problems. Denise is asking, the docks shutting down. Exactly, Denise. Denise, that's what I'm going to be talking about. I've talked about it before, as I said, on September 18th. But there are updates that I want to share, and the crisis is just getting worse. So my friends, as I was saying, we don't need any more problems. We already have a long list of problems that we are dealing with, and we just don't need new problems. We are now facing, sadly, we are now facing the risk of another major crisis that may cause havoc in the economy. Each day that goes by, the risk increases. On the night of September 18th, I talked about the possibility of port workers going on strike. And today, it's September the 28th, 10 days later, the possibility of a port workers strike is increasing. As I'm speaking right now in front of you doing this live stream, this is September 28th, and we are looking at the possibility of a port strike, a strike that may take place in October. We're almost at the end of September. 45,000 dock workers may go on strike, and that's a huge, huge number, 45,000 dock workers. They may all go on strike if a new contract is not reached by the end of the month. Here we are on September 28th, and we're looking at the possibility of higher prices and empty shelves. Something that we don't want. We don't want higher prices. We don't want to see empty shelves. We are looking at the possibility of food shortage, and also medication shortage, not just food, but also medication shortage. I will talk more about that. My friends, why are we as a country facing such adverse circumstances? One after another, one after another, one after another. One after another, our economy continues to be hit hard by crises. Why is this happening? Why is this happening, you may wonder. At some point, we have to pause and think about why we are facing such problems one after another. It's truly about the leadership at the very top of government. Or should I say lack of leadership? It's lack of leadership. Everyone can see that we don't have real leaders in the executive branch of the federal government. Talk about the White House, my friends. Do we have a real leader in the White House right now? Do we have a real leader in the White House? I think you know my answer. I think you know what I'm going to tell you, but I want to hear from you. Do you think that we have real leader in the White House? I'm reading some of your comments. Yeah, Denise Sassy writes, I've seen this on the news. Yeah, it's, you know, it is the most important news right now, I think. Really, this great risk of our economy being hit hard by a strike. Okay. Do we have a real leader in the White House right now? I think you know my answer. I want to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the chat window. If you ask me, I'll tell you this. There is no leadership coming from the White House. There is no real leader in the White House. There is no leadership in the Oval Office. As I mentioned in my original live stream on September 18th, the ports on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast would be impacted severely if a strike takes place. And because of lack of leadership in the White House, we continue to see a series of problems one after another. As I mentioned, my friends, we're getting very close to October. We're at the end of September. So in 48 hours, we may know if there's going to be a strike. I mean, that's how close we are. That's how close we are to this crisis. Now, the Retail Industry Leaders Association has said that retailers view this strike and its imminent disruption as a self-inflicted wound to the US economy. And I think they're right. I think they're right. And this is the Retail Industry Leaders Association. And they said that retailers view this strike and its imminent disruption as a self-inflicted wound to the US economy. There are so many products that we import, so many items that come from foreign countries and find their way into store shelves in the United States. Our consumers depend on a wide variety of products that we import from other countries. Import-export, that's international trade. And as the United States of America, we are heavily engaged in international trade. International trade is a 24/7 thing. Every hour, every minute, every second, There's international trade taking place. Import, export, import, export. And so our consumers depend on a wide variety of products from other countries. And if there is a port strike, we may see shortages in stores. And when we see shortages, we know that prices go up. But not only that, a port strike may hurt exporters as well. It's not just about import, it's also about export. And I'm going to talk about export, but before that, let me catch up with the live chat window here. By the way, my friends, please hit the like button, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to support my channel, you have to like this video and you have to subscribe if you have not done so already. I see 6 thumbs up tonight. I think a lot of people are expecting me to be on at 11 p.m., which is my usual time. I started a little bit early, so I don't know how many people are aware of that I'm starting this early. But you know, if you would like this video, if you would subscribe to my channel, that would help me reach a bigger audience. A viewer is asking, are you Indian? I am not Indian. Okay, I see the viewer ask that question numerous times. Are you Indian? Are you Indian? Are you Indian? No, I am not Indian. What I'm going to do, actually, for the new viewers, I'm going to post a link to my website. So anyone who has a question about me can go to my website. Okay, my biography. All right, you can just click on that link and you can go to my website where you'll find more information about me. Okay, so the American Farm Bureau Federation has said that a port strike could sink access to foreign markets. I've talked about export. I've talked about imports, that we import products from foreign countries. Here in the United States, our consumers, we see a lot of foreign products on store shelves. And so what happens if there's a strike at US seaports? What's going to happen is these products will not make it to the store shelves on time. And so there'll be shortages and then prices will go up. Now let's talk about export. We also export a lot of products. We produce a lot of different things that we then sell to other countries. And what the American Farm Bureau Federation is saying is that a port strike could sink access to foreign markets. So if we are exporting, we need access to foreign markets. We need to be able to find foreign markets, foreign buyers who will buy our products. And when we are able to sell our products in foreign markets, we are able to earn money, right? So import, export, that's international trade. And if there's a port strike, this entire international trade system is going to be disrupted, because the United States of America is a major exporter and also a major importer. And so if there's a port strike, I cannot tell you how significantly, how adversely our economy will be impacted. And these words, the words that I mentioned, that a port strike could sink access to foreign markets, these words are coming directly from the American Farm Bureau Federation. They are saying, and this is the quote, port strike could sink access to foreign markets. There's an article published on the Farm Bureau's website with this headline, port strike could sink access to foreign markets. And the first sentence from that article is as follows, and I'm going to read that to you. The first sentence of that article is, a looming U.S. East Coast port strike would have severe consequences for food and many other farm products shipped from American farm and ranch families to international buyers. I'm going to read that again just so you understand what I said. A looming U.S. East Coast port strike would have severe consequences for food and many other farm products shipped from American farm and ranch families to international buyers. See how um, the word families appears? Families, American farm and ranch families. There are many U.S. families who have farms and ranches, and they are producing different things that we then export, right? Our produce, our farm produce is exported, and other countries buy our products. And so what's going to happen if there's a port strike? This export system is going to be disrupted, which means we could lose access to foreign markets, and that is going to severely impact our farm and ranch families. It's going to severely impact American families that work in the agriculture sector. A port strike would hurt us in every possible way. In this day and age, the economy cannot stand still, my friends. The economy can't, we can't stand still. We can't just shut everything down or put everything on a pause and just stand still and stay like that. We cannot do that. The economy is an engine that must continue to run every day, every hour, every minute. Can you imagine what this port strike would do to an American business? Can you imagine that? International trade depends on a complex network, my friends. There's constant movement, import, export, must continue every day, every hour, every minute, as I said. And if there's a pause, it hurts international trade. It hurts all parties involved, the buyer and the seller. It hurts our businesses and it hurts our consumers. And my friends, when we are talking about a port strike, we're not talking about the possibility of a small pause. When I talk about a strike, it is not like, oh, there's going to be a brief pause, maybe for an hour or a few hours or half a day or maybe just a single day. No, we're looking at a big uncertainty. We don't know if there's a strike. We don't know how long the strike is going to be. A strike could bring everything to standstill for days or for weeks. We don't know what might happen, and that is the biggest concern, that this big uncertainty. Denise writes, world trade, exactly. If there's a port strike, it is not going to impact the United States. It's going to impact many countries around the world that we do business with. International trade, world trade is a complex network. And it's a 24/7 engine. It's a 24/7 system. And if there's a strike for days or weeks, it's going to cause havoc in our economy, and it is also going to severely impact the countries that we do business with. Okay? So, my friends, we don't know what might happen. We now have to look at the International Longshoremen's Association, also known as ILA in short, and we have to look at the United States Maritime Alliance. Will these two entities come to an agreement? Their contract expires on September 30th. So the question is, what will happen after September 30th? Will the dock workers stop working? Will the dock workers stop working? The Biden administration has to take action. The Biden administration must do something to prevent a port strike. But are we seeing any action from the Biden administration? Is the Biden administration doing anything? We are so close to the September 30th deadline And what exactly is the Biden administration doing to prevent a strike? Are they taking any action at all? Reportedly, the Biden administration officials met with port operators on Friday. That was yesterday. Met with the port operators. Reportedly, the Biden administration officials are urging the port operators to negotiate with the unions. Okay, great. They're urging people to negotiate. Wonderful. Wonderful. The Biden administration saying, guys, just negotiate. Why can't you negotiate? We encourage you to negotiate. We urge you to negotiate. Go negotiate. I mean, is that going to be enough? Do you think that is enough to just ask them to negotiate? I mean, we're looking at a strike that could, I don't know how severely. I mean, I really don't have words. I really don't have words to express how severely we are going to be impacted if there's a strike at U.S. ports. Strike at U.S. ports from Maine to Texas. I mean, we're talking about the East Coast, we're talking about the Gulf Coast. And the Biden administration officials are just saying, guys, negotiate. We know that the clock is ticking and that we're getting very close to the deadline. And still, Americans are wondering if actions are being taken to prevent a strike from occurring. Are actions being taken to do anything? What is the transportation secretary doing? Do you guys know who the transportation secretary is? I'm sure many of you know. Do you know who the transportation secretary is? We're talking about transportation, right? Do you know who the transportation secretary is? Just let me know if you know that name. Write it in the chat window. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, my friends. Okay. It's Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg, the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Terry Dunlap wrote Buttigieg, yeah. I know some of you are writing really funny spellings. Really funny spellings for Pete Buttigieg's name. It's so entertaining to see some of the comments I get in the live chat window. Thank you so much for the entertaining comments. You know, I see those funny spellings for Pete Buttigieg's name. Okay, I'm not gonna repeat that. But Pete Buttigieg, you are absolutely correct. Pete Buttigieg, okay, former mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Okay, he's from South Bend, Indiana. Former mayor. Many people used to call him Mayor Pete. All right, so Mayor Pete, a few years ago, Mayor Pete got a promotion. You know, Mayor Pete wanted to run for president. He wanted to run. He was running. Okay? I don't know what his speed was, but he was running for president. Okay? Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Okay? Mayor Pete was running for president. He thought, being a mayor is okay, but I really want to be the president of the United States. So he thought he could run, and he ran, was not successful, obviously, because he's not the president. So Mayor Pete unsuccessfully ran for the office of the president, couldn't get that promotion. But anyway, the Biden decided to make him the transportation secretary. Okay, the transportation department, it is one of the most important departments. Transportation secretary is one of the most important cabinet positions. I mean, think about transportation, the nation's transportation sector. We're talking airplanes, we're talking surface transportation, we're talking the ports, and Biden decided Biden that it was a good idea to give Mayor Pete of South Bend, Indiana, a promotion and to make him the transportation secretary. Applause for Mayor Pete getting the promotion to be the transportation secretary. One of the worst decisions that Joe Biden made. One of the worst decisions that Joe Biden made, okay? When he decided that Pete Buttigieg would be the transportation secretary. All right? So, anyway, he's the transportation secretary. So the question is, what is Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg doing to prevent a massive port workers strike from occurring? What is he doing? Do you know the answer? Do you know what he's doing? Because I don't. I have no clue what Mayor Pete Buttigieg is doing to prevent the strike. Of course, I do know from the news reports that the Biden administration officials are urging the port work, what's that? The port, they're basically urging people to negotiate, right? Okay, the port operators. The Biden administration officials reportedly met with the port operators on Friday, which was yesterday, and they're urging port operators to negotiate with the unions. I mean, just asking port operators to negotiate with the unions, that isn't going to do. That isn't going to work. Susan Epp is here. Hello, Susan. Susan is writing, the folks in Hawaii best stock up if the port workers are going to strike. Susan, I'm going to be talking about that, Susan. I'm so glad you mentioned that point. People are likely going to be stocking up. And I will get to that in just a little bit. By the way, if you have not subscribed, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, my question is why? Why have you not subscribed? My friends, the way you can support my channel is by subscribing and by liking this video. Okay, so please subscribe. Please like this video. I would appreciate that if you do it. Okay, let's see. Jim writes, Susan is right. Exactly, Susan is right. Susan is right. People are going to have to stock up. Jim writes, prices going up. Prices are going up. I spent a significant amount of time this evening grocery shopping, and I can tell you prices have already increased. Okay, prices have already gone up. Louis writes, support what channel? Louis, support this channel. Tausif Anam, that's me, that's my channel. Okay? If you believe in freedom of speech, if you believe in constructive dialogue, if you believe in sharing of information and talking about important issues, social and political issues, both domestic and international, whether you're a liberal or a conservative or, independent, if you believe in freedom of speech and sharing your thoughts and comments and opinions and learning from each other, support this channel. Louis writes, shut up. I'm not going to shut up, Louis. You can write shut up all day, all night. Comment shut up 24/7. I'm not going to shut up, okay? Because I'm here to exercise my freedom of speech, and you cannot take that away from me, okay? So keep writing. Thank you for your comment. I will continue speaking as I have been doing for a long time now. All right. So my friends, I said food shortage. It is a real risk. It is a real risk. The United States imports food products And if there's a port strike, there will be food shortage. If there's a port strike, there would be adverse impacts on foreign, um, fruits, because we import foreign fruits like bananas and pineapples and grapes, and there's going to be severe adverse impacts on that industry. And also, let's talk about meat and coffee and eggs and so much more. We import a lot of these, and so there's going to be there are great concerns about what a port strike may do to our economy. And also, my friends, we've talked about food, but the medical professionals are concerned about the impact that a port strike would have on the healthcare industry and on American patients. Many medications are manufactured outside the United States. Life-saving medicines are imported from other countries. And if there's a port strike, my friends, it could severely affect the availability of critical life-saving medications. This is one of the greatest concerns right now. What would happen to the availability of life-saving medications if there's a port strike? And let's keep in mind that we have an aging population in the United States. More and more people are dependent on medicines. There's a growing demand for medical services and medications. And so if there's a port strike, that would severely hurt American patients. Just imagine going to the pharmacy and being told that the medication you urgently need is not available. Then you ask, naturally, when is it going to be available? So if you go to the pharmacy, you're waiting in line, and usually there are lines at the pharmacies these days. Whenever I go to the pharmacy, I see a line. Sometimes there are 3 people ahead of me, sometimes 5 people. If I'm lucky, it's just 1 or 2 people. But there's almost always a line. And let's say you're waiting in line, then you wait and wait and wait, one after another. All the people, they complete their work, and so now you are at the counter, and you're talking to the pharmacist or the pharmacy tech, and you say, I'm here for a prescription refill. This is the medication I need, or my doctor gave me a new prescription. This is what I need. And they tell you, oh, that medication is not available. Can you imagine what would happen? And especially if it's a medication that you absolutely need, that you urgently need. And then you're going to ask, okay, so it's not available. When is it going to be available? Can I come back in the evening? They'll tell you, oh, no, we're not going to have it by evening. Then you say, are you going to have it sometime today before the end of the night? Or is it going to be tomorrow? And they tell you, you know what? We don't know. We don't know when that medication will be available. Can you imagine the frustration and worry that a patient Can you imagine the worry and frustration that a patient or a patient's caregiver would feel if essential medications are not available? Some people tend to think, hey, you know what? That's not going to happen. It'll be okay. Everything's going to be fine. I know there are people who think that way. They think everything's going to be okay. Okay, don't, you're spreading fear, you're fear-mongering. I see those comments. I see those comments when people say, oh, you're lying, this is not going to happen. But you know what, my friends? We have seen what happened during COVID. We have seen what happened during COVID. Did we not? Did we not see what happened during COVID? We remember how people were forced to wear masks and how essential items were not available in store. We saw how businesses were forced to close their doors, how Americans were forced to get the COVID vaccine. And if they did not get the COVID vaccine, then they lost their jobs. We saw all that, and we saw how young children were forced to wear masks, and we saw how the elderly suffered from isolation and so much more. Do you remember that rationing took place during COVID? Do you remember that? When department stores would tell you that you can only buy a certain quantity of bottled water, maybe just 124 pack, or toilet paper, or hand sanitizer. Remember when stores applied limits on how much you could buy, how much they would sell to you, to one customer? Remember that? Remember when essential items were being rationed? We saw those days. I clearly remember. Denise remembers. Denise wrote, yes, I remember. Do you remember when certain stores implemented limits on how much meat they would sell to a single customer? Do you remember that? We don't want to go back to those days. I don't want to go back to those days. I don't want my fellow Americans to go back to those days. We don't want to see rationing taking place again. We don't want rationing. We are the most advanced industrialized country in the world. We are the number one country in the world. We don't want to see rationing. We should be a country of abundance. We should be a country where there are many, many choices available. And that's the truth. And we don't want to go back to the days of rationing, because we remember, I remember those days like a nightmare. I remember when I would go in and I picked up a 24 pack, of bottled water, and if I wanted to get a second one, the store would say, no, we can only sell you one, or we can only sell you two. And you picked up toilet paper, and they would implement a limit on how much toilet paper they would sell you. Do we want to go back to those days? Do you want to go back to those days? I don't. I don't want to go back to those days. Susan writes, Tossif is American. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. I see the hate comments, and I kind of promised myself that I'm not going to read the comments that are full of hate and full of harsh words. I'm not going to read those. I'm not going to read those. I see those are popping up, but you know what? It really doesn't bother me. I'm always promoting love and respect. I'm always promoting constructive dialogue. You can argue with me, you can debate, but we have to do it in a way that's respectful. We have to respect each other. Okay? And so people who are writing harsh comments, I used to address a lot of harsh comments and a lot of comments full of hate. Sadly there's a lot of hate. Okay? But you know what? There's more good in the world. The power of good, the power of truth, the power of kindness. It's always going to be more than those who spread hate. Okay, so there will always be more good people in the world than the number of bad people. All right. Denise says, I agree, Tassif. So Candy writes, I enjoy your platform very much. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate that. Let's see. All right. Let me see. Dexter writes, love and respect. Yes, love and respect. We need love and respect. Okay. What are some other comments here? By the way, 28 likes on this video so far. Can I get 22 more likes? I already got 28. 22 more likes and I'll be at 50. I appreciate that. Louis is writing, you are getting nervous. Do I look like I'm getting nervous, Louis? What a silly comment. I don't even know how to respond to that. But Louis, you know what? You're here and you're watching my video. For that, I'm very, very grateful. Louis, I want to thank you for watching my video. I know you're here and you probably don't like me. You probably don't like the things I'm saying, but you're still here and you're watching my video and you're commenting. And I appreciate that. Okay? Just be here. Just watch my video. And Louis, don't forget to hit subscribe and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And Louis, you know what? Also, share my video with your friends and family members and your neighbors. Okay? Help me spread my message of truth. Oh, lots of interesting comments here. Susan writes, why not wear your flower shirts more? Susan, I think I might do that again. I have all the Tommy Bahama shirts. I love my Tommy Bahama shirts, flowery shirts, Hawaiian prints. So Susan, I was wearing one earlier today actually at home. And then I went outside grocery shopping, and then I came back, had dinner, and then I started doing the live stream. So yeah, I'll probably wear my Hawaiian prints again. Candy writes, LOL, love your humor. Thank you, Candy. Van Life writes, Trump. Thank you. Heather writes, where's the downvote button? Okay. So you want to downvote my my video? You wanna downvote? Okay, Louis, listen. Louis, let me tell you one thing, Louis. Louis, you clearly are not. You're clearly not a fan, and there are some other people here. There's a viewer named Potato who writes Kamala Harris. Heather is writing. Where's the downvote button? So Heather doesn't like my video either. But you know what? There's something that I'm going to do that you are all going to like. Okay? I'm not talking about my supporters now. I'm talking about, Heather, and I'm talking about Louis. There's a viewer named A Portfolio who also says I would downvote. There's something that I'm going to do that you're all gonna love. I have something that you are all going to love, and I'm referring to Heather and Louis and all the Kamala Harris supporters. Okay? Louis writes, you're about to block me. I'm not about to block you. I'm going to show you something that you're absolutely going to love, and then you are going to tell me, Tausif, this is what we want to see. And all those people who are opposing me right now, trust me, you're going to start liking me, because I'm going to show you something that you're absolutely are going to love. Do you want to see what it is? Okay, all the Kamala Harris supporters, all the liberals, okay, all the Democrats, stay tuned. Stay here. In a few seconds, I'm going to show you something that you are going to love. Okay? Louis, are you ready? Heather, are you ready? Tell me if you're ready. Tell me if you're ready. I'm going to show you something you're going to love. Okay? All right. Here it is. You love it, right? I know you're going to say, Tausif, we love it. Democrats, do you love this? Tell me. I bet you do. I bet Democrats out there, if you care about the country, vote for Trump. Okay? Switch. Switch your vote. I know you voted for Biden in 2020 and you've suffered enough inflation, gas price, and so on and so forth. Now it's time to vote for Trump, okay? Make America great again. Vote for Trump. You're going to love this. Louis, you love it, right? Heather, you love it. Anyway, let's go back to the main topic now. So, as I was saying, uh, if the port strike takes place, if the port strike takes place, then there will be a medicine shortage and many life-saving medications we may not get access to. Okay? There may be delays, and you may be at the pharmacy and they may tell you, the pharmacist or the pharmacy technicians may tell you, hey, you know what, that medication is not in stock and we don't know when it's going to be here. So we don't want that. We don't want that, my friends. Now, we remember the days of rationing during COVID, and we don't want to go back to those days. So what if a strike does take place? What if a contract is not reached and October comes and we see that the dock workers went on strike? What would happen then? Now, I do want to talk about an act. There's a law that I previously mentioned that could prevent a strike and allow more time to negotiate, okay? The Taft-Hartley Act. Have you heard about the Taft-Hartley Act? The Taft-Hartley Act is a federal law that gives the US president the authority to intervene in this matter. This is a labor dispute that's taking place, and the Taft-Hartley Act is a federal law that gives the president the authority to intervene in this matter. If a labor dispute threatens national security, then an American president can impose an 80-day cooling off period under the Taft-Hartley Act, and that would then force the workers back on the job while negotiations would continue. Now, sadly, Joe Biden has indicated that he does not plan to intervene in a potential strike. Isn't that shocking? I mean, we are on the verge of a strike. There may be a massive strike affecting seaports from Maine to Texas, and sadly, Joe Biden has indicated that he does not plan to intervene to help address this matter. The White House is urging both sides to negotiate, but that doesn't help. That doesn't help. We are getting to the point where American consumers are worried. As American consumers look at this news, they are going to get worried. And you know what will happen? People will start buying stuff and storing, something that Susan Epp mentioned, right? Susan, you mentioned that. You mentioned that people will start buying stuff because they're going to fear that there's going to be shortages and rationing in the weeks ahead. And so they are going to go to the stores, they are going to buy the things that they need, and they'll store them. And what's going to happen when people start storing food and they start storing essential household items? That would further worsen the crisis because there will be shortages. And when there are shortages, prices will go up. And we cannot afford this. We cannot afford shortages. And we're just very close to finding out if a strike would occur. As I'm speaking, this is September 28th. It's almost 11 p.m. And we're heading into September 29th. And a strike may begin at the start of October. The Americans are sick and tired of this incompetent Biden-Harris administration. And if you support Trump like I do, write Trump 2024. Write Trump 2024. If you support Trump, if you think that we need Donald Trump as president to address the problems that we are facing. Heidi Smith is here. Hello, Heidi. Good to see you, Heidi. Thank you for being here. Texas Repo is here writing Trump 2024. Candy is writing Trump 2024. Johnny Miller is here writing Trump 2024. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. Gerlina writes Trump 2024. Adam Young writes Trump 2024. Denise writes Trump Vance 2024. Lots of Trump supporters. Lots and lots of Trump supporters on this channel, my friends. By the way, 39 likes. Can I get 11 more likes to get to 50? That'd be awesome. You know, I started my live stream much earlier than usual. Much earlier than usual. 11 p.m. is my usual start time, and we are almost an hour into the live stream, and it's not 11 p.m. yet because I started at 10 p.m. So it's not my usual time, and so it's kind of confusing to know who's here, who's not. So if you watch my channel regularly, and you are here, just let me know that you're here, so that and if you're here for the first time, let me know that if you're here for the first time. Birdman, you support Trump, right? Birdman, good to see that. Little Rock Larry writes, I hope Trump win to make you crybabies happy. Who's the crybaby? I don't know who you're referring to, but I hope Trump wins, okay? I do. I hope Trump wins. So we've got that that we agree on. I hope Trump wins, absolutely. My friends, subscribe if you have not done so already, okay? If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Michael Brown is here. Michael Brown, so great to see you, Michael Brown. I started this earlier than usual, so a lot of people who watch me at 11 p.m., they're probably going to be here in a little bit. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Bobby Fisher writes, hey buddy, good to see you. Hello, Bobby. Zane writes, good morning, America. Good morning. Good to see you, Zane. Good to see you, Bobby. Aurora writes, is your support for Trump solely about economical issues? Aurora, great question, Aurora. Great question. It's not about the economic issues. It's really about the image of a leader that Trump portrays, because he is a true leader. The image of a leader. You know, we need a leader who understands policy issues, who has leadership qualities, who is bold, who can make tough decisions. A leader who can solve problems. And it's about making sure that people around the world understand that we are a strong country And they'll understand that we are a strong country when we have a strong leader in the White House. I mean, yes, it's about economic issues like inflation. Trump is going to combat inflation. It's about gas price. Trump is going to lower gas price, make America more energy independent. Trump is going to fix the southern border. It's also about law and order. It is about economic issues. It's also about law and order. Right now, there are federal government officials in the executive branch who are not enforcing our nation's immigration laws. But Trump is going to enforce our nation's immigration laws. So it's about electing a president who is going to be a law and order president. Okay? So, it's not just about economic issues. It's much more than that. Lewis writes, why do you want the border fixed? Why not? We are a sovereign nation. We should have a strong and secure border. Anyone who wants to come into the country legally must do so through the proper legal process, right? People cannot just cross the Rio Grande. They can't just, cross the southern border and just walk in. No, we cannot let that happen. We need legal immigration, not illegal immigration, okay? By we, I mean freedom-loving Americans. Freedom-loving Americans. William writes, zero war. Yeah, when Trump was in office, there were no new wars. There were no new wars when Trump was in office. And now we see lots and lots of conflicts and wars taking place in different parts of the country. So Americans are sick and tired of this incompetent Biden-Harris administration. They want Donald Trump back in office, and that is quite obvious from the response that Donald Trump received after going to the Alabama-Georgia Saturday night game. When Trump arrived for the football game, people cheered. In that stadium, people cheered, people chanted, 4 more years, 4 more years, 4 more years. This is amazing. This is amazing. And Trump also had a rally in Wisconsin on Saturday, that is earlier today. So Trump is full of energy, he is bold, and he is the kind of president that the people want. Okay, we want to make America great again. And as crisis after crisis after crisis takes place, with Biden and Harris in office, the support for Donald Trump grows stronger each and every day. People are sick and tired of the Biden-Harris administration, and as they see the series of crises with Biden and Harris in office, people are starting to overwhelmingly support Donald Trump. The Republicans support Donald Trump, and a lot of Democrats also support Donald Trump, because the Democrats, after voting for Biden in 2020, they now have regrets. They regret. There are Democrats, and I know there are many here on this live stream, Democrats who probably don't want to admit, but they regret voting for Biden. And they may not openly say that they are going to vote for Trump, but I know many Democrats here, many Democrats who are watching this, you know what they are going to do on election day? They are actually going to go to the polling location, okay, very quietly. They're not going to tell anyone who they're going to vote for. But when they see that ballot, when they get that ballot, they're going to take that pen and they're going to vote for Trump. Many Democrats right here on this channel are going to vote for Trump. I know that. And okay, that's okay. You don't have to admit. I understand. I understand, Democrats. It's kind of hard to admit that you were wrong. I get it, okay? I get it. You don't have to reveal that you're supporting Trump. You don't have to say that, Democrats. But I know there are many Democrats right here. Okay, they're not going to reveal that, but when the time comes to go and vote, they're going to vote for Trump. I know that. I absolutely do. I do. And you know what? I was actually wrong. They may not even wait for election day. In states that have early voting options, a lot of Democrats are probably like, oh my God, voting for Biden was such a disaster. Voting for Biden was such a disaster. Look what Biden did. I'm running out of savings. The inflation is destroying my budget. The gas prices, you know, money is just flowing out of my wallet because I'm so sick and tired of buying expensive gas. All those Democrats, all those Biden voters are going to vote for Trump. Hey, my friends, write this. I'm going to write this and please repeat. Democrats, hold on. Democrats regret voting for Biden in 2020. So in 2024, they are going to vote for Trump. See, I wrote that. Democrats regret voting for Biden in 2020. So in 2024, they are going to vote for Trump. Do you agree with what I said? Write agree. In bold letters, write agree if you agree with me. Write that. And I do understand, listen, I understand human nature. It is hard to admit. It is hard to admit that you regret voting for Biden. Democrats, I understand. Trust me. I have kindness in my heart. I understand your feelings. I understand how painful regrets can be. And I understand what you're going through. Democrats, I understand the pain you're feeling. You guys are thinking, oh my God, why did we vote for Biden? What a disaster. What a disaster. So you guys, the Democrats, you're going to vote for Trump. I know deep in your heart, deep in your mind, you know you're going to vote for Trump because you are sick and tired of high electricity bills. You're sick and tired of inflation. You're sick and tired of expensive groceries. You're sick and tired of expensive gas. And you are sick and tired of Kamala Harris's weird laughter. That is one thing that people just are, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see Kamala. They don't want to hear her laughter. And so they're not going to vote for Harris. They're going to vote for Trump. Democrats will vote for Trump. Right? Democrats for Trump. Right? Democrats for Trump. Write that. Let's see it, my friends. Democrats for Trump. Amanda wrote, Dems for Trump, 2024. Okay, let's do this poll. Let's do a poll, okay? We're going to do a poll. Hold on. We're going to do a poll. I'm going to create a poll. Hold on. That first poll, it was blank, so it doesn't mean anything. It was just I clicked it too early. Hold on. It's an interesting poll. Do you think that many Democrat voters will vote for Trump? Wait. Do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote Okay. Do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote Trump in 2024? Yes or no? The question is, do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote Trump in 2024? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, vote. The question is, do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote Trump in 2024? Democrats for Trump, my friends. Democrats for Trump. Democrats are going to vote for Trump. I'm telling you that. They don't want to admit it. But they're going to vote for Trump. All right. Let's see it. Let's see it. I think the answer is yes. I do think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024. 57 votes in already. 59 votes in. Can we get more votes in? Let's do it. It's 11:07 p.m. This is my usual start time. So for anyone who didn't realize that I started my live stream an hour early today, I'm hoping that many of those viewers will tune in now. By the way, 54 likes on my channel already for this particular video. 54 likes. I need 46 more. Let me get to 100 likes, my friends, and subscribe if you have not done so already. 71 votes in. 74 votes in. Let's vote. Yes. I think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will now vote for Trump in 2024. This is an amazing poll. This is the poll question of the month. All right? Vote yes if you think the way I think. Robert writes, real Republicans will never accept you. What do you mean by that, Robert? What do you mean by that? Real Republicans will never accept you? Do you know my involvement in Wisconsin in Republican politics? You got any idea, buddy? Do you know? You come here, I don't know, out of nowhere, and you're writing, real Republicans will never accept you. Oh my God. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to respond to that? Robert, do you know my involvement? Do you know my involvement in Republican politics in Wisconsin? You got any idea, buddy? Why don't you click on that? Where is my? I pinned. Okay, hold on. Let me give this to you again. All right. Let me give this to you again. Go to my website, all right, and look at my Republican Party involvement, all right? Listen, dude, do you know that Mike Huckabee shared 2 of my op-eds with hundreds of thousands of his followers on Facebook? Maybe over 1 million. I don't know the exact number. I don't remember. I wrote 109 letters to editors and op-eds that have been published in newspapers and publications all over the country. And Mike Huckabee is a real Republican, right? Mike Huckabee, would you call him a real Republican? He's a real Republican, right? Former governor of Arkansas, former presidential candidate Mike Huckabee, he shared 2 of my writings with his own comments. He didn't just take the link and share it on his Facebook page. He read it, and he also wrote his own comments as he shared my writing with hundreds of thousands of his followers. And you're telling me real Republicans will never accept you. What world are you living in? That's my question. Define real Republican. I am a real Republican. Okay, Mike Huckabee is a real Republican. And all those leaders you see in Washington, Mike Johnson, Speaker Mike Johnson, he's a real Republican. Okay? You see our brave U.S. senators, you see our brave Republican members of Congress, they are real Republicans. Here in Wisconsin, you go to each and every county, and you are going to see real grassroots Republicans who are working hard every single day, okay, to spread the message of freedom and to increase voter turnout and to make sure that Trump wins in 2024, okay? Make America great again. I am a real Republican. There are real Republicans all around me. There are real Republicans all over the country. So what are you talking about? Real Republicans won't accept you. I used to sit on a county party, on a Republican county party executive committee. Do you know that? I mean, listen, before you comment, all right, just go and check out my website, read my bio, learn more about my involvement, and then make a comment, all right? I'm reading more of your comments. Let's see. 144 votes in already. The question is, do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024? 57% said yes. 43% said no. Overwhelming. People are saying yes. Because you know what? We all realize, we all understand. The Democrats don't want to admit it, but we understand it. We understand it. That so many Democrat voters out there, so many Democrat voters, they regret voting for Biden in 2020. They regret. They have regrets. They feel sad. They feel upset. If they had a time machine, all right, here's the thing. A lot of Democrats, you know how they feel? You know how they feel? Get ready for this. Because I am sharing with you facts. More than ever before, the Democrats want a time machine. If the Democrats could ask for anything, it would be a time machine. So many Democrats, they regret voting for Biden. And they're going to switch over and they're going to vote for Trump. They want a time machine so that they can go back to 2020 and change their votes. They want to go back in time. Sadly, you cannot travel back in time. There's no time machine. We only move forward. But you know what? A lot of Democrat voters, they voted for Biden. And now they regret. For 4 years, they have been regretting. Because as soon as they voted for Biden and Biden came to power, money is flowing out of their pocket. Okay? Money is flowing out of their savings account. Okay? People can't afford to buy gas, as I always keep saying. And so a lot of Democrats, they regret voting for Biden. And if they could find a genie, like a magic lamp, and you rub it and a genie comes out and the genie would say, I'm going to grant you wishes. You know what the Democrats would say? The Democrats would say, Genie, I want to go back to 2020 because I regret voting for Biden. Can I change my vote? That's how a lot of Dems feel. Democrats, that's how they feel. But you know what? Don't worry, Democrats. If you regret voting for Biden, okay, just vote for Trump in 2024. Do it. Do it. Trump 2024, as people are writing. Yeah, Trump 2024, do it. You got an opportunity to correct your mistake. William writes, do another poll. What poll, William? Can you write a poll question that you recommend? If I don't do it today, I might do it next day. But let me know what poll question you would prefer. Let's see. Let me see what William, recommend a comment. William wanted me to do another poll. If you have a comment you want to recommend. Susan, I like your question. Is Trump the best president since Reagan? I might do that tomorrow. Maybe that'll be the poll question tomorrow, Susan. I think I like it. Is Trump the best president since Reagan? I like that. I'm gonna write it down, Susan. Thank you so very much. What an awesome question there. I might do that poll tomorrow. Is Trump the best U.S. president since Ronald Reagan? I wrote that down. William, I see your question. So William sent me a question. Will the economy be better with Trump or Harris? All right, William, I'm going to write that down too. Will the economy, what's that again? Will the economy be better with Trump or Harris? Economy be better with Trump or Harris? Okay. If I don't get to those polls today, I'm going to do those polls tomorrow, the day after. So I'm going to save these questions and I'm going to write down your name too. So William Miller. All right, William Miller. Where are you from, William? Would you, if you have mentioned that before, just let me know again. And then Susan asked that question: is Trump the best U.S. president since Reagan? I'm gonna do that poll too later on. Yeah, if you have ideas about poll questions, just send those to me. William is from Virginia. All right, William. So you are in the East Coast. Thank you, William, for joining. Let's see. If you have not subscribed yet, my friends, please make sure that you subscribe and stay connected with me. 65 likes on my video already. 65 likes on my video already tonight. Let's see. Can we get it up to 100? By the way, you know, between 10 and 11, like right after I started my live stream at 10 p.m., between 10 and 11, I did not see a lot of viewers, because I think people still expect me at 11 p.m. And I think there are more viewers joining now than in the last hour. So I think what I'm going to do going forward is just stay with my 11 p.m. Central Time, schedule, because I think people are used to seeing me at 11 p.m. So at 10 p.m. I didn't see a lot of people. Between 10 and 11, not a lot of people came today. So I know people will watch this video afterwards. for replay. But I think what I will do is stick to my 11 p.m. schedule. I think that's when most people tune in. So that's what I might do. Let's see. I'm reading your comments here. Sovik Das is here. Welcome back, Sovik Das. Good to see you. Sovik is writing, what is the ground report of Wisconsin? So Sovik, the ground report here is that the race for the White House in Wisconsin has really it's really heating up every day. Wisconsin is a battleground state. Uh, you know, Trump won Wisconsin in 2016. I'm hoping he's going to win again in 2024. Now, the ground report is that Trump is going to be spending a lot of time in Wisconsin. So, Trump was in Wisconsin earlier today, Saturday. He visited Prairie du Chien, spoke to his supporters. So, he did an event there, and Trump is also scheduled to come back to Wisconsin on October the 1st, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be doing a rally I think a rally or maybe a business. I don't know the details of the event, but I know that Trump is scheduled to visit Dane County, which is where I live, Dane County, in Dane County on October 1st. And I think the same day he's also going to be in Milwaukee County. Let me just double check that, okay? So the ground report, because Sovik Das asked me that question, the ground report is that we are, you know, things are heating up. I mean, I don't know what more to say. The polls will tell you different numbers. Obviously, we don't know who really is ahead in Wisconsin. You know, some people think it's Trump. Some people think it's Harris. So we don't know for sure. But I think Trump will win Wisconsin. Okay, so Trump is coming to Waunakee, Wisconsin on October 1st, and then that same date, he's going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to deliver remarks at both locations. So, you know, between now and November 5th, we are probably going to see the Trump team, you know, the Trump surrogates and Trump himself come to Wisconsin. I'm guessing several times. That's just my guess. Let's see. All right. 280 votes already for the poll. The question is, do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024? 285 votes in, 56% have said yes. A viewer named Amphib writes cheese curds. That is correct, cheese curds. Do you love cheese curds? Wisconsin is very famous for cheese curds. It's America's Dairyland. Of course, cheese curds. Do you like the regular cheese curds or the fried ones? I love cheese curds. I ran out of cheese curds at home, so I have to go get some more. All right, let's see. All right. It was pretty amazing that Trump went to see the Alabama-Georgia Saturday night game, and people cheered and people chanted 4 more years. 4 more years. So amazing. Trump is full of energy. He's bold. He's the kind of president that people want. And as crisis after crisis takes place with the Biden-Harris administration in office, the support for Donald Trump grows stronger each and every day. Each and every day. Edwin CV writes, Trump 2024. Michael Brown writes, I've never had a cheese curd. Michael, I know you're in Australia. If you visit Wisconsin, please visit Wisconsin if there's an opportunity, and then have cheese curds. Have cheese curds. Get the original Wisconsin cheese curds. You're going to like it. Luis writes, do you know Spanish? No, I don't speak Spanish. My first language is Bengali. English is my second language. I can also speak Hindi and Urdu. That's about it. 4 languages. I'm going to try to answer your questions here. I do want to talk about Eric Adams, though. But maybe I'll wait. You know Eric Adams? The mayor of New York? I'm going to talk about Eric Adams. But just in a little bit. A viewer is writing Shubhoratri. Norton is writing Shubhoratri. Norton, thank you. Do you speak Bengali, Norton? Because Shubhoratri means good night. So Norton is writing good night. Thank you. That's Bengali, by the way. Shubhoratri is Bengali. It means good night. Well, don't say good night just yet. Norton writes Dhonnobad. Okay, so Norton is writing, in English letters, Norton is writing Bengali words in English letters. Okay. Dhonnobad means thank you. Norton, Dhonnobad to you for being here. Thank you to you for watching my video. Susan writes, I'm trying to learn Sanskrit. Thank you, Susan. I wish you all the best as you learn Sanskrit. Let's see. A viewer writes, Trump 2024, baby. By the way, 350 votes. The question is, do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024? 57% said yes. Norton, Norton, I feel like you have an interest in learning Bengali. It's a wonderful language if you want to learn Bengali. It'll be awesome, Norton. A viewer writes, bro, read my comment. Okay, I just read your comment. A viewer named Name wrote, bro, read my comment. And your comment is, read my comment. So I read it. Thank you. Norton writes, yes, I know a little. So you know a little Bengali, Norton. How did you learn Bengali? Norton, tell me where you live, what state, and how do you know a little bit of Bengali? Sassy writes, what's up in North Carolina? Sassy, people are saying North Carolina is a battleground state, but I think North Carolina is going to vote for Trump. Solid. That's what I think. That is what I think. By the way, 4,006 subscribers. That's how many subscribers I have so far. I'm sure you can help me get that number increased further. Okay, let's talk about Eric Adams. Um, New York Mayor Eric Adams is in a lot of trouble. I have mentioned that before on this channel. Federal prosecutors announced a 5-count indictment, and there are allegations of fraud, bribery, corruption. And so, Mayor Adams on Friday, he surrendered to the authorities and he appeared in court. And how did he plead? Do you know that? How did he plead? Do you know? He pleaded not guilty. So Eric Adams is saying that he is not guilty. Mayor of New York, he's 64 years old. He has been in the news a lot the last few years, especially as massive numbers of illegal immigrants arrived in New York City. On this channel, I've talked about Eric Adams a lot, and I will be following this case. Okay, so Eric Adams was in court. He pleaded not guilty. In the days and weeks and months ahead, we are going to know more about this case. And so as I learn more, I will try to share updates with you all and also share my thoughts about it. So I'll be talking more about it in the near future. Let's see. William writes, Dems turned on him. Yeah, a lot of Democrats are now asking Eric Adams to resign. Isn't that interesting? Eric Adams, the Democrat, the mayor of New York, other Democrats are now asking him to resign. The same way a lot of Democrats asked Joe Biden to not run for re-election, and eventually he suspended his campaign. Virgil is here. Hello, Virgil. Good to see that you're back. Let's see. Ernest Thompson is here. Ernest, welcome. Kenny G is here. Kenny G, by the way, I love Kenny G's music. I don't know if this is the same Kenny G. The viewer's screen name is Kenny G Walk. I love Kenny G's music. Norton is writing, Tosif is Bondhu Manush. Bondhu Manush means a friendly person, friendly human being, a friend, right? So Norton is calling me a friend. Thank you, Norton. I appreciate it. Michelle is here. Michelle writes, hi, Tosif. To all my viewers who expect me at 11 p.m., please know that I started my live stream quite early today. I started at 10 p.m. So now it's 11:34 p.m. Wisconsin time, and we are already 1 hour and 34 minutes into the live stream. So I started it early, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to my usual 11 p.m. time because that's when most of my viewers expect me. So far tonight, 4,100 viewers have tuned in. Usually there's a lot more viewers, and I know the exact reason for that is because people usually don't expect me at 10 p.m. People expect me at 11 p.m. And so I know a lot of people are going to tune in now. All right. Alan writes, love your opinions. Thank you, Alan. Thank you so very much. Michelle writes, hope you're well. We dodged a huge hurricane bullet. Our neighbors are hurting. Please pray for us. Michelle, you are in Florida, Michelle, right? If I remember, you are in Florida. And so, on this channel, I did ask the viewers to pray for the people of Florida, the people of Georgia, and the Carolinas, and others who are in that part of the country, who were facing the risk of that. Excuse me, who are facing a risk of that hurricane. And so Michelle writes, yes, Panhandle. Michelle, we were praying for the people of Florida. We were praying. And I mentioned this during my previous live stream. I think during my previous two live streams, I mentioned, let's pray for those who are in the path of Hurricane Helene. And it's heartbreaking to see all the devastation and all the damage. But, we have to continue to pray. So, Michelle, I'm very happy to see that you're safe. And I hope that your loved ones are also safe. And let's continue to pray for all those who were impacted by the hurricane and who faced tremendous property damage. Really, we have to continue to pray. I believe in the power of prayers. So thank you. Michelle writes, God bless you, and we appreciate it. Thank you, Michelle. God bless you as well, and hope that you and your family and your neighbors and your loved ones are safe and will continue to be safe. So, Michelle, thank you for being here. Michelle writes, love your show. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate all the support. Thank you so very much. Jake writes, smart man, God bless you too. Thank you, Jake. All right. My friends, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. All right. Are you getting a sound from my? Yeah, my. I'm getting notifications. I should have put my phone on silent, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm getting notifications on my phone. That's the sound you're hearing. Okay. All right. It's good to get notifications, right? By the way, my friends, if you don't follow me on social media, please do so. I am on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm also on Truth Social. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. So if you have not connected with me on Facebook or X or Instagram or Truth Social, please do that. Draco writes, really loud bells. Okay, so this is going to be a reminder for me to put my phone on silent next time I do a live stream. I usually do that, but today I just forgot. Let's see. So Amanda writes, what is that sound? That's the sound of me getting notifications on my phone. I should have put it on silent. All right. $4,008 subscribers, my friends. Can we get that number up? There are many people watching this video, watching this live stream. So if you would just subscribe, that'd be great. A viewer writes, Kamala 2024. Okay, well, if that's who you support, but I don't think Kamala is going to win. Trump's going to win, make America great again, just like my hat says. And here in Wisconsin, we're going to vote for Trump. Todd has written a funny comment, wrote, it's the immigration department emailing him LOL. No, those are social media notifications. Okay. Nick writes, Trump or Kamala? Trump, obviously. Trump's going to win. Trump's going to win. Sassy writes Trump 2024. Claudia is here. Claudia Greenwood writes Trump. Chris Hicks writes Trump. That's awesome. My friends, have you voted yet in this poll? 490 votes already in. The question is, do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024? 57% said yes. My answer is also yes. If you have not voted, let's get the votes in, okay? Um, okay, at this point, a viewer writes, why are you voting for Trump? I'm voting for Trump because Trump is going to bring back economic stability. He is going to unleash American energy. He is going to lower gas prices. He is going to make energy more affordable. He is going to secure the southern border. He is going to enforce our nation's immigration laws. He is going to strengthen our relationship with our international allies. He is going to help American businesses by creating a more business-friendly climate. He is going to help the American workers by creating economic opportunities. And he's a law and order president. So I'm going to vote for Trump. Okay? There are many other reasons. Michelle writes, he's going to stop sanctuary cities. Exactly, Michelle. Exactly. Trump is going to stop sanctuary cities. Virgil, I see your comment, Virgil. But you know that the trial that took place in New York, the trial that took place against Trump, and Trump was found, guilty on what 34 counts or so. That was a sham trial, Virgil. That was a sham trial, absolutely sham trial. That was not a real trial. It was a sham trial. And so, really, I mean, whatever the outcome of that trial doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It was a witch hunt. It was a sham trial. Trump is innocent. We know Trump is innocent. Okay, how many of you think Trump is innocent? Right? Trump is innocent. Let's see. I wrote Trump is innocent. Let's see how many people think Donald Trump is innocent. Alan wrote definitely sham. That is correct. Alyssa writes Trump is innocent. Michelle writes Trump is innocent. Alex writes Trump is innocent. Hold on. Scott Wells wrote Trump is innocent. Jake wrote 100% innocent. Terry, my friend Terry from South Dakota, who has been supporting my channel since day one, since I started the live streams, Terry wrote innocent. Selena wrote not guilty. That is correct. Trump is innocent, meaning Trump is not guilty. Old Clubs wrote innocent. See, I mean, just hear the voice of the people. Hear the voice of the people. So many people are saying Trump is innocent. This is the reality. That trial was a sham. What you see here is the reality. Trump is innocent. Chris Hicks writes Trump. Draco writes Trump is innocent. I'm gonna read some more comments here. Hold on, give me a little bit of time. The comments are coming really fast. Scott Wells writes thanks, Tassif. Fire Infinity writes Trump is innocent. Jocelyn's Galaxy writes, of course he's innocent. Thank you. Thank you, Jocelyn. All right, I'm going to read more. The comments move so fast, it's hard for me to keep up, but I'm going to read more comments here. Claudia Greenwood writes Trump is innocent. Claudia, always good to see you, Claudia. Thank you for being here. Um, Gerlina writes innocent. Do you see, Virgil? Virgil, do you see the overwhelming support that Donald Trump has? Donald Trump is an innocent man. He's not guilty. What they did to him in New York, that was a sham trial. Trump could never have gotten a fair trial in New York. And that is the truth. It was a sham trial. That jury was not, an impartial jury. Okay, that's why they found Trump guilty. But Trump is not guilty. He is innocent. He wants to make America great again. He's an innocent man. I've told you many times. UC Beer, UC Beer. I'm trying to read most of the comments. UC Beer, but you know what? Overwhelmingly, people are saying Trump is innocent. You can see that. Chris writes MAGA. Absolutely. A viewer wrote about Trump and foreigners. What exactly do you mean by that? I don't understand. I don't understand that. Oh, Trump doesn't hate foreigners. Trump doesn't hate foreigners. Trump visited foreign countries. He went on trips. Remember that? He negotiated with foreign leaders. Remember that? Why do you say Trump hates foreigners? That is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. In fact, Donald Trump's wife, Melania Trump, she is an immigrant. Do you guys forget that? Do you guys forget that? She's an immigrant. How can you say Trump hates foreigners? That is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. That is a wrong statement. Yeah, William has a good point. Trump loves people in general. I mean, Trump has so many hotels, right? So many people from all over the world, they stay at Trump's hotels. So how can someone say Trump hates foreigners? That is just, that comment absolutely doesn't make any sense, okay? Trump loves people. Alyssa writes, I 100% agree with you. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you so much. My friends, if you have not subscribed yet, would you please do so? Help me reach more people. 96 likes on this video already. Can I get it up to 100? 4 more likes? Maybe 54? How about 54 more likes so that I can reach 150? More than 5,400 people have tuned in tonight. I thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you. Alex writes, just liked, bro. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Clarinet player writes, we love Trump. Absolutely. Absolutely, we love Trump. Scott Wells writes, like and subscribe. Thank you. Please do so. Like and subscribe. Scott Wells writes, great channel. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that very, very much. Franklin, 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 I see your comment. It's not a very nice comment, Franklin. It is not a nice comment. Okay? You're talking about skin color. What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? What did Martin Luther King Jr. say? Do you remember? What did Martin Luther King Jr. say? Is it about the color of the skin or the content of character? Hmm? Have you read history in school? Have you read history in school? You guys read, did you read history in school? Civics and history? Somebody's bringing up color of the skin? Or is it the content of character? Oh, I see. I'm seeing lots of comments here. Lots of comments. Lots of comments tonight. Some really harsh comments too. I'm not going to read them all. Um, Claudia, thank you for your really appreciate that, Claudia. By the way, 103 likes on this video already. Thank you so very much. Um, wish we can go to 150. I don't know. If you give me enough support, we may be able to get to 150 tonight. 104 already. 104 already. For anyone who's joining late, I would encourage you to scroll back and watch the beginning of this live stream, because I talked about this looming crisis, the strike that may affect international trade, that may affect U.S. ports. If that strike happens, it's going to be devastating for our country. And I talked in details about the possibility of that strike. So if you have not watched it, you can scroll back and watch from the beginning. A viewer writes, hey, what's your channel about? My channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. I live in the city of Madison in the wonderful state of Wisconsin, which is a battleground state in the November 2024 election. And I'm a legal immigrant from Bangladesh. I came to the United States in 2007, and in the year 2014, I became a naturalized American citizen. So I'm a proud American. Okay? A viewer writes, the truth hurts. He did not want to read all the comments. Now, it's not possible for me to read all the comments because there are so many comments coming in, thousands of comments. So it's not possible for me to read all the comments, but I do address, the kind comments as well as some of the harsh comments. Although I have said it loud and clear that if somebody is engaging in name calling, I will not read those comments. I will not respond to those comments. Okay. So anyone who's accusing me of lying, you are wrong, because as I've said before, I believe strongly in the power of the truth. I believe in the power of the truth, and I speak the truth and I share the facts on this channel. Alyssa writes Trump 2024. A viewer named Yaim writes, "Hello, sir. How's your weekend so far?" My weekend so far has been good. Every day is a blessing, but obviously, I also have been thinking and praying about the people who are suffering because of Hurricane Helene. Okay, so we have to, uh, you know, uh, think about our fellow Americans. We have to pray for our fellow Americans who are suffering because of Hurricane Helene and the devastation that the hurricane caused. So here in Wisconsin, I'm doing okay, but really deep in my heart, I'm praying and I'm hoping that everything is okay and that people are safe in the southeast and the eastern part of the United States, where Hurricane Helene is having strong impacts. Bradley writes, "Hello, brother." Hello, Bradley. Thank you for being here. Jossie writes, "Do you think Trump can win?" Yes, I think Trump can win. Michelle writes, "Amen. Some people are losing everything." Yes, Michelle, I understand that, and it's really extremely sad to see people's houses and their vehicles and their property being completely destroyed because of hurricane and the storm surge and the flooding. So many problems. Bradley writes, "South Carolina got hit bad. Tennessee is flooding." Yeah, I've heard about that, Bradley. I've heard about that. Hope everyone's uh, going to be okay. Bradley writes, "I subbed." Thank you, Bradley. Michelle writes, "That's okay. We always come together." Exactly, Michelle. No matter how challenging things become, the people come together, and it's the power of unity, right? People come together and they overcome the challenges. And as we are looking at the future, right now we have so many challenges in our country, and we will be overcoming these challenges. We will elect Donald Trump, and together we will make America great again. That's what I'm hoping and praying for. Our country needs a bold leader, okay? So we need bold leadership in the White House. So I'm hoping and praying that people come together and they overcome the challenges in states that were hit by Hurricane Helene, Florida, the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, and also as a country, the challenges that we are facing right now. Um, we have to overcome. We have to overcome the challenges, and we have to elect a leader who can help make America great again. And who's that? That's Donald J. Trump. Okay, let's see. Mm, okay, Gassy, a viewer named Gassy is saying that I'm not reading the comments or I'm not reading your question. What question do you have, Gassy? You've talked about schools, right? You talked about schools and how real history is not taught. Is that what you said? Um, let's see. Some viewers are saying that I'm cherry picking comments. I'm not cherry picking comments. I'm not cherry picking comments. By the way, I love cherries. I love blueberries. I also love cherries. I also love grapes. I have grape at home. I almost always have grapes. I like grapes. I like apples. I like oranges. And cherries are great too. Okay. So you're accusing me of cherry picking comments. I'm not cherry picking comments. As I've said many times, I try to read all the comments, but it's not possible for me to read all the comments. You see how fast the comments move? Like as I'm trying to read a comment, the next one shows up, and then the next one shows up. So really, it's hard. It's virtually impossible to read all the comments. So I am not cherry picking all the I'm not cherry picking comments. I try to address comments from those who support me and those who oppose me as well, but I cannot read each and every comment. So don't accuse me of cherry picking comments. But I do love cherries. I love cherries. Cherries are good. Cranberries are actually pretty big in Wisconsin. Okay, Wisconsin is a big cranberry state. And by the way, I must tell you that there's actually a cranberry festival that takes place in Wisconsin. It's called the Warren's Cranberry Festival. You should look it up. Really amazing festival, and yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm not cherry picking comments, but I love cherries though. Gassy writes, "Who's talking about fruit? Answer my questions." Um, I am talking about fruit just because you said I'm cherry picking comments. I know what you mean, but that kind of brought to my mind, cherries, obviously, and you're saying that who's asking about, who's talking about fruit? Answer my questions. What I'm trying to do, Gassy, is I'm trying to have a fruitful conversation here. We have our disagreements, but we have to have a fruitful conversation so that together we can make America great again. So, I'm talking about fruits, but I also understand your comment. It's not about fruits, but I'm talking about fruits, and I'm trying to have a very, very fruitful dialogue. Regardless of our differences, we have to come together, and we have to help make America great again. And so, that's what I'm trying to do. Do you want a fruitful conversation? Uh, we all need a fruitful conversation, right? Do you agree with me? We should have a fruitful conversation. Just subscribe and stay here with me. We all need some humor. Do we need some humor? Do we need some humor? Do you think we need some humor? Edward writes, I'm wearing my red MAGA hat right now. Thank you, Edward. Gassy writes, you shouldn't avoid my question. Gassy, I'm not avoiding your question, Gassy. I'm not avoiding your question. Okay, let me see what your question is. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to try to see what your question is. Gassy, I don't know if you like my humor or not. I hope you do. I hope you do. I'm trying to read your comments. Hold on. Hold on, Gassy. Let me see what your question is. So, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Donald Trump's history? Is that what you want to talk about, Gassy? Um, who do you want? What do you want to talk about, Gassy? See, the comments move so fast; it's just so hard to keep track. You want to talk about history? Okay, Gassy wants to talk about history. What history do you want to talk about, Gassy? Tell me what history do you want to talk about? And we can talk about history. I'm not a historian, but I do study history. Any particular history you want to talk about? U.S. history, Asian history, Egyptian history, Middle Eastern history. What kind of history? Any particular part of the world you want to focus on, Gassy? Wow, I cannot believe that we are more than 2 hours into this live stream. More than 2 hours. So awesome. By the way, as I've said before, Virgil writes, "Ta, we are losing the audience." We're not losing the audience, Virgil. We're not losing the audience. What's happening really, Virgil, is that I started at 10 p.m., not my usual 11 p.m. So I think some people got confused, and that's why I didn't have a lot of viewers to start with today. But that's okay. And then again, it's Saturday night. I understand people have different things they want to do. And so not everyone wants to watch a live stream on Saturday night. I'm here doing the live stream because I don't want to miss doing the live streams. But I understand that. Not every day are we gonna get tens of thousands of viewers, and that's okay. That's okay. I just value whoever shows up. I love and respect all my viewers who show up and support my channel. Mm. So Gassy is talking about banking. Gassy, if you are talking about banking, there's a great book. Uh, what book is that? I'm forgetting the name. I have to look it up. It's about the Federal Reserve, a book that I read. I can't think of the name, but there are some great books. Gassy, you want to talk about history? If there's a particular book that you recommend that I should read, I'm happy to read that. We have got a great library system here in Wisconsin, especially in South Central Wisconsin. Okay, great library system. So let me know the name of the book that I should read, and I'll try to get hold of that. Mm. Gassy is asking me what I think of the United Nations. Um, what exactly? Like it's a rather vague question. Like, what do you think of the United Nations? What specifically about the United Nations? The United Nations is having a big event, had a big event, right? Lots of world leaders came to New York for the what was it, the General Assembly? Um, yeah, I listened to some of the speeches also. So what exactly about the UN? All right, let's see. Remember when so Gassy wants to talk about the United Nations. Um, okay, let's talk about the United Nations. You know what I want to talk about? The United Nations. Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley used to be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. Remember that? Okay, let's talk about the UN. Nikki Haley used to be the U.S. ambassador to the UN. And uh, who was the president back then? Donald Trump. Donald Trump. And so Nikki Haley, I think, um, people really liked her in that role as the U.S. ambassador to the UN. So I wonder, let's talk about the UN. I wonder who the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations will be when Trump wins the election and he gets sworn into office, when he becomes the president again. Okay, let me ask you, who do you think should be the U.S. ambassador to the UN if Trump is elected? Um, if Trump is elected president? Michael Brown has a book recommendation. Michael Brown, thank you. I'm gonna look that book up. Thank you, Michael. Uh, who do you think? Who do you think should be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations if Trump is elected president? Jet writes, I see the Democrats are very toxic tonight, but keep up the great work, Tassif. Jet, thank you for your support. And you know why I get so much of energy to do these? It's because of your support. Support from all the wonderful viewers I have, my friends. My friends. Terry Dunlap writes, Tausif should be the UN ambassador. Oh my God, Terry. Terry, thank you so much. I am speechless. Terry is writing that Tausif, meaning me, should be the ambassador to the UN. Wow. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Terry, thank you so much. Terry Dunlap, my friend Terry Dunlap from South Dakota. She used to live in Wisconsin. Now she lives in South Dakota. Is such a great supporter. And I'm so grateful. And Terry just wrote that I should be the ambassador to the UN. I don't know how I'm going to respond to that. I don't know what to say. But thank you, Terry, for your vote of confidence. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Claudia writes, I support you on all your topics. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Terry. A viewer writes, too bad you can't vote, Tausif. What do you mean I can't vote? I voted for Trump in 2016. I voted for Trump in 2020. I'm going to vote for Trump again in 2024. What do you mean I can't vote? I vote in every election. What do you mean I can't vote? I don't know. I'm an American citizen. What makes you think I can't vote? My vote is my voice. I vote. Every election I vote. So, Gassy, you want to talk about the UN? Let me ask you. Let me ask your opinion. Who do you want to see as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations if Trump is elected president? Let me know that. There's a viewer named R. Raihan. Okay. R. Raihan, is your comment addressed to me? Let me see. I'm going to read that comment. R. Raihan. Okay, let's see. Let's see what R. Raihan has to say. Hold on. I'm going to read R. Raihan's comment here. Okay, let's see. R. Raihan writes, please don't do overacting. R. Raihan, I'm kind of confused by your comment. What does that mean? Please don't do overacting. I'm not acting. I'm not an actor. Okay. I'm not an actor. Okay. If I would, if if I would be an actor, then I would be in Hollywood. Okay, making millions. All right, acting in movies. But I'm not an actor. Okay, so I don't know what you mean by don't do overacting. I know it's kind of fun to be an actor. People make millions acting, and they also work as models for different brands. They make a lot of money, travel the world, right? Hollywood. I'm not in Hollywood. I'm here in Wisconsin, a state that I absolutely love. This is my home, and I'm not an actor. So, Raihan, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Let's see. Today I'm having a real fun time reading your comments. R. Raihan. R. Raihan writes, golden hearted person you. Are you complimenting me? You're saying I'm a golden hearted person. Am I? I don't know if I'm golden hearted. But thank you. Thanks for your compliment. I'm gonna check on the poll that I have going on. 920 votes already. The question is, do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024? 920 votes already. Can we get 1,000 votes? If you have not voted already, would you just vote? 922 votes. Okay. Yeah, let's vote. Because I'm going to report the vote results before I end the live stream. I'm going to report the vote results and let you know the final count. By the way, more than 7,200 viewers have tuned in tonight so far. I appreciate that. I mean, that's excellent for a Saturday night. R. Raihan writes, where are you from, bro? Okay, R. Raihan, I'm originally from Bangladesh. I was born and raised in the city of Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh. So born and raised in Dhaka. And I came to the United States in 2007. And, I came as a legal immigrant, for those who may be wondering. Legal immigrant. I came here through the proper immigration channels. I came here following US immigration laws. So came here legally and then became a naturalized American citizen in 2014. I took my oath of allegiance to become a citizen. So R. Raihan asked me, where am I from? R. Raihan, where are you from? If you don't mind asking. Uh, okay. So it's going to be very important between now and, the next 48 hours are going to be extremely important because, going back to my original topic, because, I've been here doing this live stream for almost like 2 hours, 20 minutes now. And those who joined a little late, you can go back and hear the things that I said from the beginning of this live stream. And you can hear my thoughts, my comments about this looming crisis. And I think there's a real possibility that we may see a strike from Maine to Texas. The seaports may face strike. The dock workers, the port workers may go on strike. And if that happens, our economy is going to be devastated. For every day that the workers are on strike, it takes days, maybe like 5 or 6 days. I forgot the exact number, but for every day of strike, it can take 5 or 6 days to clear the backlog. And so can you imagine if the workers you know, if they strike for a week or for 2 weeks, what is going to happen? What kind of devastation we are going to experience as an economy? And we don't need that. I mean, we are heading towards the holiday season. This is the time when many businesses they look at increasing their sales and getting a lot of sales revenue and making profit, and especially after all the hardship that American workers and businesses went through during the years of COVID. Now is the time for uh, for businesses to kind of try to make up the losses that they faced during the COVID years. And I know inflation has been hurting businesses a lot. Inflation has been hurting consumers. But if this strike takes place, the situation is going to get worse, way worse. Inflation is going to skyrocket. Okay? The inflation is gonna skyrocket. And it's time for the White House, it's time for the Biden administration to intervene and do something, maybe invoke the Taft-Hartley Act, but they're not it seems like they're not going to do it. There's real lack of leadership at the federal level, in the executive branch, real lack of leadership. And so this strike, if it does take place, then October is going to be a very challenging month. And November, as we are approaching Thanksgiving, that may also be a challenging month. And then we're looking at the Christmas season, the holiday season, the New Year. It's just going to be real tough if inflation skyrockets. And just think about the fact that we are just a little over a month away from Election Day. Just a little over a month away from Election Day. So this strike will also have an impact on the election. Okay, what kind of impact? I don't know. But I do strongly believe that more and more Americans each and every day are starting to support Donald Trump. Tommy Brown Jr. wrote Colorado for Trump. Absolutely. Colorado for Trump. Gray 59 is here. Gray, good to see that you're back. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Those who have not subscribed yet, please do so. I have 4,022 subscribers. Okay. If we can get more subscribers, that'd be awesome. A lot of new viewers tonight, actually. I'm curious to know how many, like who's from where. So I'm from Wisconsin. Whatever state you are from, please write the name of the state or the country if you're from outside the US. That'd be great. I'm from Wisconsin. Let's see where people are from. A viewer writes, I'll sub if you read me where your hat was made. My hat, as I've shown a number of times, is made in USA. Okay, that's where my hat is made. You saw it. Norton is from New York City. Mello is from Minnesota. Mario is from Maryland. Who else? Ezekiel is from Florida. Let's see where everyone's from. C-Dub is from California. Am I missing anyone? I think I missed someone. Claudia Greenwood is from North Carolina. Michelle is from Florida. Panhandle, I know that. Sarah is from Sweet Home Alabama. I love that movie. Sweet Home Alabama. Sarah is from Alabama. Amanda is from Ohio. Amanda, always good to see you. Amanda is from Ohio, which I already know. Amanda uh, has been supporting my channel by watching my videos, and thank you, Amanda. Always good to see you. Sarah is from Houston, Texas. Feb Fepson88 writes Trump 2024. William is from Georgia. A viewer writes, "You should visit Alabama." Yeah, I would love to visit Alabama. A viewer writes, "Are you from India?" I'm not from India. I'm from Bangladesh originally. Now I'm a proud American citizen. C-Dub is from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Okay. A viewer from Sun Prairie. Sun Prairie is in Dane County. And Madison, Wisconsin is also in Dane County. Madison is in Dane County. So C-Dub is from the same county in which I live. C-Dub, thank you for tuning in for my live stream. Good to see a viewer from Sun Prairie. Kenneth is from Uganda. Awesome. I have viewers from Uganda. Thank you. Welcome. Thanks for joining from Uganda. Sarah writes, "Love Bangladesh." Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah, it's a great country, Bangladesh. That's where I was born and raised. So thank you for saying that you love Bangladesh. Wonderful people, beautiful country in South Asia. Virgil is from Texas. I know that. Virgil mentioned that. Okay. Michael Brown is from Melbourne, Australia. Michael has been supporting my channel for many weeks, right, Michael? I think it's been quite a few weeks, right, since you started watching. Did you start watching my channel back in August or September? I don't remember. But Michael has been tuning in, and I appreciate all the support. Thank you, Michael. A viewer is from Brazil. All right. By the way, Virgil says, "I've been supporting too, my friend." Virgil, I appreciate you tuning in. I do. Thank you so very much, Virgil. Thank you for supporting this channel. Let's see. Okay. Michael Brown writes, "Yeah, mate, few months." Thank you, Michael. And it's always wonderful to see you, Michael. Michelle is writing, "Tosif, are you married?" Just curious. Michelle, I am not married. Thank you for asking. I am not married. So for anyone who's wondering, that's the answer. Not married. Okay. Wow, it's been 2 hours and 30 minutes since I started this live stream. Michelle, thank you for the compliment. Michelle writes, "You have a great smile and a good heart." Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Thank you. Terry writes, I'm touched at how many foreigners are interested in our political and presidential election. That is correct. You know, we live in an interconnected world. We're doing international trade. Americans are going to other countries for a variety of reasons. So many people from around the world are visiting the United States. there's constant movement. So what happens in America, it will affect other countries around the world. What happens in other places around the world would affect America. And so, um, the world is watching as we approach the November 2024 election. There are so many world leaders from other countries, uh, who are wondering who's going to win the presidential election. Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be Harris? I believe, and I hope and pray it's going to be Trump. But on this channel, it's just wonderful to see, as Terry said, it's wonderful to see viewers from other countries tuning in and watching my videos and expressing their thoughts and comments and asking questions. So definitely, there's a lot of interest around the world. People are paying attention to the U.S. political environment and the upcoming election. Michael Brown writes, "The world loves Trump." What a wonderful statement, Michael Brown. The world really does love Trump. The world loves Trump. Freedom loving people love Trump. Absolutely. So my friends, I'm going to wrap up the live chat window here. No, not the live chat window, the poll. I'm going to wrap up the poll. Let's see how many people have voted. Or maybe I should keep it open for a little longer. Maybe I should. Let's see. Maybe I will. Wow, 4,025 subscribers. If I could get 25 more, it would be 4,050, which would be awesome. I don't know if I'm going to get 25 more subscriptions tonight, but uh, if there are 25 people who are watching who have not subscribed, please do so. Gilly Sable writes, unsubscribe. For every time Gilly Sable says unsubscribe, I hope I get a new subscriber. Please support me. A viewer here is saying unsubscribe. A viewer in the live chat window is encouraging people to unsubscribe. Okay? The only way to counter that is to subscribe and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, my friends. Show your support for my channel. Emmy writes, subscribe to him. Thank you. Please subscribe. Don't unsubscribe. And anyone who says unsubscribe, you're going to counter that unsubscription. I don't know if that's even a word, unsubscription. You're going to counter that person, whoever's saying unsubscribe, by subscribing. Let's do that. Show your support, my friends. Show your support. 140 likes on this channel, on this video already. If we can get it to 150, that'd be awesome. Terry writes, I just shared. Share. Thank you. Elicio Ortiz writes, subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Since Gilly Sable wrote unsubscribe, my subscription number has actually gone up. Okay? So that's why I keep saying that there are people here who are watching my videos. They don't like me, but there are more and more supporters who like me and who support my channel and who are here because of the discussion that we have. There are so many people here who believe in freedom, who believe in the need to have a strong leader in the White House who are supporting Trump. Okay, so there are more supporters than there are those who oppose my viewpoints. Adam writes Trump 2024. Thank you, Adam. So I'm going to wrap up the poll. All right. The question is, give me 1 second. I'm going to write the question here, and I'm going to then report the answer, report the results. Do you think that many Democrat voters regret voting? Hold on 1 second. I'm going to need a different pen here. Regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump, but there's a word limit there, so I couldn't put the word for. Will vote Trump in 2024. Okay, the choices are yes and no, and let me just end the poll here. More than 1,100 votes. 58% people said yes. 41% people said no, which means out of the 1.1K votes, more than 1,100 people have voted in the poll tonight. And out of all those who responded, 58% believes that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024. That's my answer too. Yes, I believe that many Democrat voters regret voting for Biden in 2020 and will vote for Trump in 2024. So I just reported the numbers. Thank you so very much. So I see a lot of people in the last 2.5 hours who opposed me. That's fine. You can oppose my viewpoints. But there were people who engaged in name calling, people who insulted me. They said harsh things. They said unkind things. And today I actually responded to some of those comments. But let me tell you, the reason why I get the energy to continue doing these live streams is because I get overwhelming support. Yes, there are those who watch my videos and they don't like me, but there are an overwhelming majority of those who support my channel, and they are here because they love this country. They are here because they love our constitutional rights and our freedom, and they are here because they want to make America great again. So I receive a lot of support. Thank you so very much. Thank you everyone for supporting my channel. I'm going to wrap up this live stream, but before I do so, let's just write Trump 2024. Let's do it again. Let's support our former president and soon to be president, that is Donald J. Trump. Okay, let's say Trump 2024. Elicio writes Trump 2024. Claudia Greenwood writes, I like you. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you so very much. Sarah writes, Mexico for Trump. Alex writes, we support you, our MAGA hat brother. Thank you. Tommy writes Trump 2024. So many viewers writing. Mark McLean writes Trump 2024. Thank you all. Amanda writes Trump 2024. Thank you so very much, friends. Thank you. It was a pleasure doing this live stream. I started the live stream at 10 p.m. instead of 11 p.m. So that's why the first hour we didn't have as many viewers. But I will try to maintain my 11 p.m. start time because I think that's when most people are tuning in. So I wish I could thank each and every one of you by name. Those who have been supporting my channel. There are a lot of names, so I will miss mentioning some names. Michelle, thank you so very much. Heidi writes Trump, thank you. All right. Who else is here? There are so many other viewers. Tommy writes Forever MAGA. Virgil writes Toss, I'll see you tomorrow. Virgil, see you tomorrow, thank you. Gray59 writes Tossif is the man. Thank you, Gray59. Thank you so very much. Chris writes, let's go Trump. Absolutely. Let's go Trump. Let's go Trump. Let's support Trump. My friends, thank you all for joining. I will be back hopefully tomorrow with another live stream. I will try to maintain my 11 p.m. Central start time. 11 p.m. Central time. So if you are in the Eastern time zone, it'll be midnight. If you are in the Pacific time zone, it'll be 9 p.m., I believe. If you're in the Mountain time zone, it'll be 10 p.m. And in the Central time zone, it'll be 11 p.m. So I'll come back. I'll do my best to be here 11 p.m. Central time. I can no longer say tomorrow because we're already on, it's already September 29th. So Sunday night, 11 p.m., I'll be here. Thank you all very much. Terry, thank you so very much. Terry writes, coming to Wisconsin next week. All right, Terry, when you're here, we should meet up. Okay, thank you. Let me know. Thank you so very much. My friends, I appreciate it. I'll be back again soon. Trump 2024, let's make America great again. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.